55 of Speak On It, the Brandon Graham episode, the Junior Seau episode,
R.I.P. Junior Seau.
R.I.P. Junior Seau, the Derek Brooks episode. 55 was worn by a lot of greats. Willie McGinnis.
Shout out Willie.
God, who else? Jason Williams when he played with the Kings.
What's the 55. Oh man, there's somebody that's playing right now who's a very good 55.
Oh, is it? No, it's not. It's not Darius Leonard he's like 52 from the Colts.
Nah, it's like it might be a Chicago Bear or somebody. I don't know. They're a pretty good player.
What number does Khalil Mack wears? 52, right?
Yeah, he wears 52. It's a pass rusher. I'm forgetting off the top of my head. It's going to come back to me when I don't need it at all, because that's usually what happens when you need to remember something. When you need to remember something, you always forget. Always forget. Yo, it's always a great day to be back whenever me and you are chatting on a Tuesday. I'm sure the people, our guy Kyle and some other folks that usually like to pop up are going to be here. But people, you already know what it is. If you can see the title, episode 55, the Aints are back. So I can give you a little bit of hints of where some of the energy that a certain somebody on this cast is coming with, because his team made a big trade. Obviously, we're going to chat a little bit of men's and women's NCAA Championship. We're going to talk about, now that the college basketball season is over, we're going to get into the NBA play-in playoffs and the landscape there. We got some other things to talk about, man. We got some other things to talk about. WrestleMania season was this week. Magic Johnson was on a slandering tour of the Lakers. So was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, because he had to give some bars to LeBron. So, and we got an announcement at the end of the show about the NFL draft coming up. So, Danny, how about the people, man? Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's do some housekeeping. First of all, this show is brought to you by goingfor2.com. Head over to goingfor2.com for all your fantasy needs. We're starting to kick it into the NBA playoffs, like you said. Fantasy content all year round, especially for football and all your dynasty leagues. Yeah, D, like, let's just get you good? Can we just get cracking? Like, I feel like,
brother, I was born ready.
There's a specific topic that I want to get to, and it's later in the show, but I got it. Okay, so let's talk about the NCAA, right? So South Carolina won the women's championship by defeating UConn, and then last night Kansas was down 15 and pulled something out their ass that I ain't never seen before and beat UNC to win the men's national championship. D, what were your thoughts on their runs to glory?
Well, I'm going to start with the women's first, because when I look at the men's and women's game, I think the way South Carolina just went in there and completely dominated UConn, I mean, it really wasn't. They were just a completely more physical team. Shout out to South Carolina. I mean, they were unanimously one of the best teams in the country all year. And I think as you watch the way they just played and matched up against UConn, I mean, they were just too physical. And we know UConn has a lot of talented players, and that was a really, really good team too. So to beat them in the fashion that they did, I mean, shout out to South Carolina. Dawn Staley has done an incredible job at the University of South Carolina. So shout out to her, shout out to the team, and shout out to Asia Wilson, I believe. No.
What does Asia have to? She was there. What does Asia have to do? She wasn't on the court. What you talking about Asia for?
Because she's, I just want to shout her out. I just want to shout out Candace Parker too. I can't just shout them out. Look at the way us black men, because you think my mind up to no good. I just remember seeing Asia Wilson in the crowd, and I was like, yo, shout her out too, because she is South Carolina legend. Now, okay. Candace Parker did not go to South Carolina, but I just like shouting out Candace Parker because she is a GOAT, a great, one of the all-time greatest. But into the men's tournament. So let me be honest, I was watching the men's tournament before the men's game went off, just based off the way the Final Four games went. I said, "Oh, UNC, they're gonna dominate these boys. They just too big, too physical." First half, I mean, that's what it was. I mean, they were just too big down low. They were way too much of a physical team. Kansas couldn't really push the pace of the game like they're normally used to doing. And then they went into halftime. And I don't know what the hell Bill Self said in that locker room, But when they came out, that was not the same Kansas team that went into that locker room because they came out. I think they went on like a 15-2 run or something. And I was like, get the hell out of here. Like, it was just a waste of a first half, if you ask me. Shout out to Kyle. What's good, Kyle?
What's up, Kyle?
So then, of course, Kansas comes back and they win the game. And I'm sitting there and I'm just thinking, I have no ties to Kansas or UNC, really, other than the fact that UNC might be swoosh fam. But other than that, I don't really have any ties to UNC or Kansas. And so I'm just sitting there and I'm processing this game. And this is what I said to myself. And I tweeted this out last night, too. I've witnessed the Falcons blow a 28-3 lead. I have witnessed the Golden State Warriors blow a 3-1 lead in the playoffs. I have witnessed the Clippers on multiple occasions blow 3-1 leads. I have watched Macklemore win a Grammy over Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole. And now I have seen Kansas come down from 15 down at half to beat UNC. What the fuck else do I have left to see in my sports fandom, yo? At this point, I think I need either a 30-point NBA comeback or a 30-point NFL comeback. That's because I've seen it all. Like, I've literally seen it all. Like, these comebacks are getting ridiculous, and it makes me think that the only thing dumber than a quarterback coach that would want Tim Tebow at the helm is a team playing with a damn lead, because everybody is dumb. They never make good decisions when they have a lead, and I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. But at the same time, shout out Kansas. They were, in most people's eyes, the number one team in the country for majority of the year, despite teams like Baylor and Duke and Iowa and so on and so forth, and Villanova and Gonzaga. A lot of people say Kansas was the best team wire to wire all year. So shout out to them. They won the national championship, but damn, UNC. Jordan ain't walking through them doors.
Damn. That's funny. Jordan ain't walking through the door. Can I confess something between me, you, and the world? I thoroughly enjoyed that Macklemore album. It did deserve to win.
Criminal shit you've ever said in your life.
It did deserve to win a Grammy, right? It didn't deserve the Grammy.
Okay, let me ask you a question. So you're telling me nothing was the same. Born Sinner, Good Kid, Mad City, whatever the hell Macklemore named his album, rap album of the year, and you saying, Macklemore.
No. I'm saying no. I'm taking the three. I'm taking Good Kid, Mad City. I'm taking Drake. I'm taking all of them before Macklemore. I'm just saying that Macklemore album was good. Like, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's better than the three.
Well, a damn dead clock is right twice a damn day. So what does that mean?
I spent all summer listening to that album. Like, that was a really good album.
Yeah.
It didn't deserve a Grammy, but it was a good album.
It was, let's get back to this.
We can talk about this later. Okay, we can talk about this later. So the women's national championship, South Carolina has been number one all year, wire to wire. It's so impressive. I really loved how Dawn was still running like a full court press up like 11 with 2 minutes to go. Like, she was letting Gino know. Like, no, that was a message. Like, dog, I own this. Like, you come to me.
Like, what you think this is? Run his pockets.
She's saying women's college basketball belongs to me. So you had your little 20-year run. Good luck moving forward when Paige leaves, because everyone's coming to me. On the men's side, I went to bed. Like, it was halftime. They were up 15. Hubert gave that hilarious halftime interview, and I was like, we good.
I didn't mean to cut you off. Can we take a second to pause on, had Hubert Davis had UNC and Hubert Davis maintained that win? Let me tell you, Hubert Davis was about to give some quotables to the world in that post-game interview.
He had it written down in his pocket.
Fam, he was about to be like, that was some live action. That was a hell of a game. I want to thank this team. I want to thank my white wife. Hubert, the basketball guys knew what they was doing. Nah, Hubert, nah.
He delivered that line, and Jordan was like, can we give him a contract extension? Jordan's like, can we give him an extension right now? Please.
But the basketball gods, they saw your interview and they said, "Look, brother, we love UNC, but nah, we can't let you take home. We can't let you take home the natty after saying that, big
You
dog."
can't say that. Yo, you know what's funny about last night? Like Kansas, like the feds are on the way.
Oh, thank you, because that's an even better segue. So I saw this tweet right before the game that said, "It's incredible that in about 5 years they're going to look back at this Kansas run and they're going to have to vacate this entire
Yeah.
Final Four run."
Like the feds are coming. The feds down the street.
Hey, someone in the comments of that same tweet said, "Yo, if Will Wade lost his job, they might as well start digging Bill Self's grave right now."
Yo, no, Bill Self's about to leave. You mark my words. Bill Self, all right, I'm out. Like he's going to get in front of this. Bill Self is going to be out. Yeah,
Okay,
this
so
is
can
perfect for
someone
him.
explain to me how exactly why do people think the NCAA is going to come hard on Kansas? What are the accusations?
I was trying to read it before we got on air. So one of the accusations are, let me see, on the current name in Atlanta. Oh yeah, that was, remember back in 2017, the feds did that probe on people trying to defund college basketball players. God, let me
They were trying to defund college basketball players?
yeah, yeah, the guy from
Wait, was that when they
Arizona.
did that thing on Zion and the stuff like that?
I think
And
so.
that
I
whole
think
big
that's the same.
investigation?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the same investigation.
Because that's when
Yeah,
like they
that's
was
when they did. That's
that's
when they
when they
did
was
the
like giving kids.
wiretaps. Yeah, Kansas was in the thick of that, so the feds are coming for that. Okay.
So you say so basically Kansas was just taking their boosters' money and giving it to these kids so these kids can help them, their families and themselves.
That's what it sounds like. It's starting to come back to me, that FBI probe, which is crazy that the FBI is wasting resources on investigating college basketball. All right, man, do what you got to do.
I guess it's like what does the FBI really get out of this?
They get to say they took down the NCAA. I have no idea. This is crazy.
Yo, if you're a Jayhawk fan, enjoy this national championship because it might be the only memory legally that you might have of it by literally watching it. Because the
I don't know,
NCAA might
man.
be coming in like the feds.
I don't know. I don't.
A lot of
Like
people said
after
though, that ain't nobody gonna touch them because they Kansas.
Yeah, like after what happened with Penn State, like if Penn State didn't get the death penalty for like children being molested, how you gonna give the death penalty to Kansas for giving money to people?
That's a good point.
Like that's back to our point about your point about blowing leads. Kyle mentioned that the Bruins blew a 3-0 series lead. Good God, to Philly. Dang, Boston.
Yo,
Kyle, do you like
speaking of which,
Boston?
Boston has had like I think a history. Boston sports has had a history of comebacks because I also remember. Shout out to my good friend Drew. He's a huge Red Sox fan, and one of his favorite baseball memories, I believe he told me, was I forgot what year. It might have been 04. The Red Sox were down 0-3 in the
Yeah,
series and won
yeah.
4 straight. He said that's one of his favorite baseball memories.
That's crazy. Anthony said it took the 5 years for the feds to come after Kansas. Yes, nothing slower on this earth than the NCAA investigation.
And Anthony, that's a great point. It's taking them 5 years. It's going to take them another 5 years to even come out with a solve, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, the FBI already know all this. NCAA and the FBI, they in the back, they smoking some hookah, drinking some tequila pineapple juices, and they trying to think, how can we spin this story so we don't have to look so bad? But y'all got to take a little bit of punishment because we can't let you go. That's what the conversation is. So, matter of fact, I walk back my statement. You Jayhawks fans enjoy this national championship because your boosters are somewhere with the FBI, somewhere. And FBI, if you're hearing this, please, I pay my taxes. I'm talking about them. Matter of fact, my name's not Los D-Mix. It's Eskimo Joe. Eskimo Joe.
Do your taxes.
I do my taxes. But I'm telling you, the FBI, I feel like they probably had enough information if they really wanted to come down on Kansas. And I feel like they're probably the NCAA and Kansas are probably like, come on, big bruh. Come on, big bruh. You gotta do that. I'm sorry, OG. and they probably like, all right, slap on the hand, they're gonna get it out the way. So
We'll give you some of these three stripes.
mhm.
Um, let's stay in basketball, but let's elevate to the NBA. LeBron
I
not
know where
playing
you're going.
tonight, and the Lakers are probably not going to make the playoffs, let alone the play-in. Um,
No, the Lakers, my favorite team, basketball team on earth. We play the Phoenix Suns tonight. If anyone wondering
oh,
who's he not
mm,
playing against, we're playing not just any team, the best team in the league.
and then on top of that, the Nets are about as healthy as they can get, minus Ben Simmons, and they have locked their spot in the play-in tournament. So D, I know this is going to be real personal. We're going to start the prayer circle. Um, who do you think had the most disappointing season out of the two? And then which team do you see making this step forward first?
When I think of teams that'll make the step forward first, this is gonna sound crazy, but I actually think the Brooklyn Nets. I think when you think about the team that they have with Kyrie, with KD, I think now that you see that the mandates, the vaccine mandates are being lifted, and as long as that team stays healthy between Kyrie and KD, I mean, I like their chances no matter who they play. I think when you look at the pieces that they have with, a Seth Curry, who knows about Andre Drummond, but if they can keep him, I think he's a good addition just in regards to rebounding. I think obviously when they clear up Ben Simmons' health, get him right. I mean, I think this is going to be a really, really good basketball team. And a lot of people forget that before, not only, I mean, they've been dealing with Kyrie's vaccine thing all year, but people are, you got to remember Kevin Durant with the injury. They had James Harden, that little debacle. The Brooklyn Nets have been, matter of fact, if there wasn't a team on the other side of the country who was doing worse, the Brooklyn Nets would probably be the talk of the season all
Yeah.
year. But the Lakers were just so god awful worse that they dominate the headlines. So I don't know. I think the Nets are going to take the step forward. Obviously, what I'm really trying to say is, I think of who had the more disappointing season. It's easily the Los Angeles Lakers because I mean, you can go back to before the season started. This roster didn't have to look like this. And there were so many ways we could have avoided this roster, but people got into their own way, pretty much in their own head. And then we go out and we make a trade that team wise doesn't fit the chemistry of the team. AD can't stay healthy. Bron can't stay healthy, even though he's been healthy for the majority of the year, but I mean, good God, he can only do but so much. It's year
Yeah.
19, dog. It's year 19. And at this point in his career, he is supposed to be a one supreme B to a very one supreme A. Like LeBron should not be 1A, is what I'm really trying to say. He should be 1B, a very good 1B, maybe the best 1B in history, because his 1A should be taking over the league in the way that a lot of people see Giannis doing it right now. But we're not seeing
Yeah.
that right now. Obviously, injuries, obviously, when he's healthy, he's able to perform, but it's just hard when, he's missed over half the season. So, sheesh. I mean, and then on top of that, I mean, good God, Frank Vogel. I mean, uh, numerous blown 15 plus point leads. Like, terrible defense when you had a very good defense last year when Bron and AD were, like, this is the stuff that frustrates me.
So I agree with everything you said. I think the Nets take the step forward first. Billy, I think this Lakers roster is coming back the same next year. I don't know how many. I mean, there'll be like mini tweaks here and there, but Westbrook will be back, AD will be back, and LeBron will be back. I don't know who would trade for Russ.
I see. Well, see, I agree with you there on it might be hard to trade Russ, but I think there's a value in his contract actually, because I believe he might be entering the last year of his contract.
Mm-hmm.
So that gives someone okay, it's just a 1 year thing. So we don't have to really take on this contract, which might help us.
Yeah,
Which might be the reason why we were able to get him for the price that we got him, because he had multiple years left on his contract and the Wizards probably just didn't want to pay him,
so
which is ridiculous.
I feel like that's the only like real ace in the hole that the Lakers have. But I've learned over my life not to doubt LeBron, the GM. And Anthony, to your point about him caring about the scoring title, I'm glad. That's all he should care about is a scoring title, because that's the only thing keeping people interested in these Lakers.
Amen. Amen. Anthony, I mean, as a Lakers fan, let me tell you, I'm on what is known as hashtag the road to Kareem. Right there with him, dog. I got
Not the
I mean, I got my look. The Lakers have been so bad. I have a what's it, the City Edition one, the purple jersey.
yeah.
I've had a purple 6 bronze jersey that I'm just ashamed to wear because look at the team that's out there on the court, dog.
Oh, never
It's
be ashamed to wear
nasty.
a bronze
It's
jersey.
it's okay. It's okay because if I win my fantasy basketball championship, I'm getting a Devin Booker jersey.
Whoa.
Devin Booker's
Whoa.
on my team.
Okay.
Actually.
Well then.
My
Okay.
top 3 players are Braun. Okay, let me tell you, my first 3 picks, I believe, were Devin Booker. No. It was Dame Lillard, LeBron James, Devin Booker.
Oh.
Dog. When I tell you, and Dame was my first round pick. Like took him 10th overall because I had the last pick, so I doubled up. So I got Dame and LeBron back to back. But imagine if I didn't have that pick I had and took Dame where
You're a really good GM.
Oh, I'm in the championship.
You're a really good GM.
Fam, second in the league in scoring. When we get off here, I'm gonna tell you, I have like GM'd my way to this fantasy championship.
Skills. Speaking of your boy Frank Vogel, he gonna get fired, right?
Oh.
Magic went on TV and was like, "Yeah, he gone." So, yo, Magic. Like, if I'm Frank, I'm sending Magic text like, "Come on, dog, give me a break."
Magic. We're gonna talk about Magic later.
We're gonna talk about Magic, but it looks like some possible replacements are Quinn Snyder in Utah or Doc Rivers. Do you think either of those guys could lead the Lakers to a championship?
I'm here to tell everyone right now, if the Lakers first off, how is Doc Rivers being reported for a job when he's fighting for a number 1 seed with an MVP and a former MVP on his team? I want people to think through that. But let me make this perfectly clear. Doc Rivers, you should stay in Philadelphia. I think you should. You are doing an incredible job in Philadelphia. Matters so much so that I think there's got to be a way for you and Joel Embiid and James Harden to definitely win a championship because you need to stay in Philadelphia, Doc Rivers, because you're doing an incredible job.
Okay.
Quinn Snyder, I'm actually intrigued by a Quinn Snyder hire, actually, because I don't think it would be bad. I think if you allow Quinn Snyder to coach, get the front office out the way, get him a GM that get him a GM that at least wants to help build a roster competently, I think Quinn Snyder can help turn the team around in a couple years. And you got to think that if you're able to get like a Quinn Snyder, you might be able to have some pull to make a trade with the Jazz for who. Because there's a certain guard in Utah who ain't trying to be in Utah. Because he averages only 3 passes to his defensive player of the year big man per game.
Yo, so let me answer the question first, and we could talk about Utah. If I'm Quinn Snyder, like if you take the Lakers head coaching job, you got LeBron for 2 years maybe, Anthony Davis for 3 years maybe, and then you have a depleted roster with no picks. Why not just stay in you? Like if you don't win a championship in that window, it is an absolute failure. But if you think you can get a championship within that 3-year span, hell yeah, go for it. Frank Vogel did it and it worked.
But at the same time as well, though, let's just say Quinn Snyder takes the job next, like in the off season, right? He gets bounced out first or second round by coaching the Jazz, decides he wants to leave, wants the job at LA, right?
Right.
Let's just say, in the off season, clearly he comes to the job knowing that the team's looking to move Russell Westbrook.
Mm-hmm.
And the team that you just left with a star guard is he's disgruntled and they're not doing anything, and you have to figure out something. You got to do something because it's clear Donovan's playing style and Rudy's playing style. It's good for stats, not good for championships.
What if the Jazz
imagine Rudy and Russell Westbrook?
That would be terrible basketball. Luckily, the Jazz don't get a lot of TV time anyway. So
damn, That backboard gonna sound like the beaches of Normandy, dog. Like, are you serious? What? You kidding me?
What if the Jazz say, because there are rumors that the Mavericks are interested in Rudy Gobert if he becomes available, and to that I say, Jesus, please no. I do I do not want Rudy Gobert in Dallas. So what if they decide to pick Donovan over Rudy and trade Rudy to another team and keep Donovan?
Well, I mean, then I think if Quinn Snyder decides to take, if he gets the job and takes it, I think you can find a way to potentially move Russell Westbrook. I think that him being in his
Yeah.
last year, it's really a win-win for the team, right? You trade for
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook, he comes back and has another triple-double year. Give him another 2 or 3 year extension, you're good, Gucci. You come back, Russell Westbrook comes back and plays like he's been this year, and it's clearly on the decline. Well, then you just don't have to re-sign him. I'm telling you, that's going to be an ace in the hole. And mark my words, someone is going to trade for him just off of that.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It could be, you can't look, you could take the evidence, and this is, I'm not going to say these are the same players, so please don't kill me before y'all hear me. But you can take a case of like Chris Paul. You can look at Russell Westbrook and say, yo, if your career trajectory can been a little shaky with the trades, but you can get here and play like the all-star that you were, and you can lead us back to playoff prominence like Chris Paul did with the Thunder and the Suns, a team's going to take that chance, yo.
Oh, absolutely. Especially a team that needs to fill seats.
Absolutely.
But Mark Cuban, don't you dare go get Rudy Gobert. Don't you even think about it. Like, go get Miles Turner.
But Rudy is a really good defensive.
No. I do not want the Frenchman on my team. I don't care what he's good at. No.
Yeah.
The whole Jazz roster hates him.
Your star player is international right now, so they probably kicking it.
It has nothing to do with Rudy being French. I just called him the Frenchman. It looks like everyone on that roster hates him. I don't want that energy in Dallas. Like, the team, they're vibing. Like, he does not seem like a good vibe guy.
Okay.
Go grab Miles Turner.
Anthony
coming for you.
Career trajectory and what they did when they were at their respective spots.
Anthony said, "How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you?"
I'm telling you, that's how Chris Rock looked at Will Smith.
How dare you?
Hey, yo, matter of fact, speaking of which, that's what Tony Rock said about Will. You gonna slap my brother?
Let me tell you something.
He said, there's 10 Rock brothers.
Will Smith would beat the brakes off Chris' brother. Like, he beat the piss out that boy. And we know that. He beat the mess out Tony.
Hey, but if there's 10 of them, there's only so many you got.
We forget that Will trained to be a professional boxer for Ali. He trained for years. Like, you don't forget that. He will walk up to Tony and give him that work. Then go sit back down and tell him continue telling his jokes.
It's funny because in the first 42 to 78 hours, Will Smith was a legend. Everyone was like, "Oh,
he still is a legend."
Well, he still is a legend. And I'm not saying that Will Smith is wrong, because he's justified to feel the way he feels. I, like a lot of people think, probably could have ran him the fair one backstage, so that way no one would have really known about it. But it's funny that probably ever since last Wednesday, Thursday, oh boy, everyone has done a 360 on my man, Will Smith.
Not me.
Everyone, you see how they trying to blackball my brother.
I see. Meanwhile, they out here dapping Louis C.K. up. Man was jacking off in front of girls, sexually harassing him. Anyway, but back to Will. My man Will slapped him, got back to his seat. They're like, "Will, we need you to leave." He's like, "Nah, go run me my Oscar." And they ran him his Oscar.
That's 1,000. That's exactly what happened.
Goated.
Do what
that's goat level. Nah, I ain't going nowhere. Run me my Oscar, ho. I love it. Bad Boys 4 might be a problem.
Yeah, they apparently they're trying to cut some of his moves or something. I'm like, yo, y'all really doing the most a
The
certain
most.
portion of America. Like y'all are really doing the most. Y'all,
Yeah, like come on, dog.
it's funny because you know the people in America who ain't never seen someone get the shit slapped out of them.
Nope.
I
Nope.
have,
People
as someone who has seen someone get the shit slapped out of them, as someone who has had the shit slapped out of them before, like, fam,
people get slapped every day, B.
fam, I need a lot of y'all to really listen to what Quavo and them was saying in that record when they say sometimes you just need a little bit of straightening. That's what that was.
That's all
That's
that
a
was.
little
That
bit of
little
straightening.
Chris, what was a
And I
hot
don't
iron?
condone violence. I'm not condoning violence. I'm not condoning violence. I promise you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying sometimes there's a little bit of straightening.
Kyle said Enemy of the State is my favorite movie. Yes, that is a great parallel. That was a great comparison. Awesome.
All right.
Yo,
what was next?
Let's talk about football. Hold on. Let me pull up these trade details because Howie Roseman, my man, out here fleecing. Howie listened to Knife Talk and then called New Orleans and said, "You're gonna take this deal." So let's recap this deal. Eagles trade with the Saints. The Eagles gave New Orleans the number 16 pick, the number 19 pick, and a 6th-round pick. The Eagles received the 18th pick, a 3rd-round pick this year, a 7th-round pick this year. New Orleans 1st-round pick in 2023 next year, and then a 2024 2nd-round pick. D, before I get my shit off, what do you think of this trade? And do you think the Eagles won the trade, or are you buying the Saints going all in this year?
I think the Saints are trying to go all in this year. I think the Eagles I think they know they're probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years away from really being a very, very, very competitive team. Although they did make the playoffs this year, so clearly they're a competitive team already. They probably think they're probably a few pieces away. I think the Saints on their end, they're like, yo, last year our quarterback retired and we're a game away from making the playoffs if our starting quarterback all year doesn't get hurt.
And if you have Michael Thomas, because Michael Thomas was out last year.
And Michael Thomas was injured. If we get a few more pieces, we're right back in the thick of it. And Tom Brady just came back too. So shit ain't so sweet in the NFC South. We can't just bank that we can win our division. Now we got to actually be competitive. That's what I really think happened. Let me tell you something. When you know in your division, you are looking at a killer, a shark who's going to at least get his team 10, 11, 12 wins. Dog, I mean, come on now. Who do I think won the trade? Oh, the Eagles won the trade. I mean, y'all won the trade because, I mean, y'all moved back how many spots?
And we moved up a spot.
Yeah, y'all moved up a spot. So, first off, forget about a couple years. I don't care about any draft picks that's not this year because fuck them picks. Them picks, they're going to be on someone else's team if I know the NFL. Let's just focus on the picks from this year. That's all I care about because that's all that really matters.
Okay.
Y'all moved ahead of them, but they get both of y'all's 1st-round picks, essentially what happened.
No.
Or they moved ahead of y'all, but now
we gave them one of ours. So we had 15, 16, 19. We gave them 16. They gave us 18. And we gave them 19. You're right. So we gave them 16 and 19. They gave us 18.
But
so we had 15, 18.
But y'all kept the pick that y'all had before them, though.
Yeah, we had. So
again, y'all really won the trade because y'all can still get who y'all want to get. And yeah, you lose your Carson Wentz picks, but let me tell you, one of those picks is going to be a quarterback. One of those picks the Saints are about to take is going to be a quarterback. I think the other one's either going to be a really good wide receiver or a really, really good defensive player, like a defensive end or a defensive tackle.
Let this be a message to every NFL GM. If you're looking for an idiot, go down to New Orleans and talk to their GM and fleece them fools. This is
they're only idiots. I have to disagree with you. They're only idiots if they don't make the playoffs again. It's not a good move. If they make the playoffs, let's just say they make the playoffs and win a game, that's a success. If they make the NFC Championship game, that's a success. If they win it all, oh brother, obviously, then put the shirt on, fuck them picks.
Here's the thing about this trade for the Saints. You lost your left tackle. You're another year older. Sean Payton is gone for whatever that's worth. I've always thought Sean Payton was a little overrated, but apparently he's a really good coach. What the hell do you think you're gonna do with time? Like, you should have went the Atlanta route. Atlanta was like, okay, we're gonna sign Marcus Mariota. If it works, cool. If not, next year's a really strong quarterback class. The top 2, we might have a chance. Listen, dog, Howie listened to Knife Talk, put on the ski mask, and said, "Who can I rob today?" And he found his sucker in New Orleans.
Well, I also think, and I think Anthony made a good point, which I forgot about, is that the Eagles won the trade because they didn't want to pay for the first round picks. So it was really a money move, which really makes a lot of sense because I forgot that when you a first round pick, especially depending on where you're picked at, oh brother, yeah, that's definitely hitting someone's salary cap crazy. So okay,
and
again,
also,
I think I'm not against either side making this trade. I see reasons why both sides would make it. I'm just going to say if my team was if my team was the Saints, I'd be driving the Lambo because I just want to know.
New Orleans, get your paper bags. The Aints are back, baby.
Oh,
y'all ain't gonna be shit. Y'all ain't never been shit. You had your little one Super Bowl, and then every year after that, it's the woulda, shoulda, coulda Saints. If we would have done this, we would have won it all.
Shoulda.
That's all they are. The woulda, coulda, shoulda Saints. Every year, it's another excuse why I ain't go to the Super Bowl. Well, the ref didn't call that game. If we would have went to Philadelphia instead of Minnesota, we would have won. Well, you didn't. You were bums because you lost because of the Minnesota Miracle. You ain't shit. You ain't never been shit, and you ain't never gonna be shit. Enjoy your time in New Orleans. If you go to New Orleans, don't go to an Aints game. Go find someone on Bourbon Street and take them back to the hotel. Consensual, of course. Go have some fun somewhere else because it's not going to be with the Saints.
What is your beef with the Saints? Like, they're not even in your division.
They had Alvin Kamara had the audacity to say, if we would have went to Philadelphia for the NFC Championship game, we would have won. No, sir, you would not have. No one was walking into Philadelphia that night and beating anybody. You would have got your ass kicked.
This was 2017 when y'all won the Super Bowl, right?
Yes.
Nah, Alvin. I'm right there with you, dog. Again, pass me some of that, Alvin. Nah, pass me some of that, and whatever you smoking or drinking, pass me some of that. You was right. Y'all was nice that year. Y'all was lucky. The Packers
their ass whooped just like Minnesota.
That
night was just about who the victim was going to be. Because it was always going to be Philadelphia.
I believe that was the year before the Michael Thomas 150 catch season. It was that year or the year before. Fam, y'all, they was gonna come in there and give y'all some work. They were a really good team.
Dog, New Orleans would have walked in there and they would have got hit with Katrina Part 2.
Okay.
It would have been another Katrina in that joint. We would have murked them boys.
Well, I mean, like Kanye said, I guess we'll never know. They couldn't handle their business off of probably the most bonehead decision I've ever got.
The woulda, coulda, shoulda Saints. You watch this year. They're gonna have this year. They were really hurt. Next year they're gonna have another reason why they didn't win the Super Bowl. That's all they got. A bunch of excuses.
Now that I do agree with. Don't nobody got more excuses than Saints fans. Well, other than folks in prison, but it ain't nothing to do with me. Anthony also said, Saints said. Kyle said Saints can only win the championship by injuring other players. I agree. Anthony said, give the Saints some credit, which I agree. They were the only team that went from -75 in cap space to plus 12 million, so they might surprise everybody.
No, they're not surprising shit. This is the same organization that signed Taysom Hill to multiple contracts for lots of money. This organization is run by idiots. They ain't shit. They've never been shit, and they ain't gonna never be shit.
His name.
Get your paper bag.
This is Danny Ocean. This is not Los D.
This is me. This is me because I hate the Aints. I hate the Saints. I'm so sick of these excuses.
I feel bad for y'all Saints fans.
Bring it to my doorstep. This is me. This is all me.
That's why I ain't got no smoke.
Why do you feel bad for them? Why do you feel bad for them?
The only people who I can say probably have hurt worse than us in playoff games, probably the Saints, because they've lost some hilarious games.
Oh, whose fault is that? I give them the Rams one. That ref blew that call. What else you got? The Minnesota Miracle. That's on them.
But they also got the ball first in overtime.
Thank you.
They also got the ball first in overtime and threw an interception.
And you threw a pick. Woulda, shoulda, coulda Saints. That's all they are.
Oh.
Excuses. Excuse city.
Oh, brother. Yo, man. Speaking of football, Bobby Wagner is now a member of the LA Rams. Do you think this
Yeah.
is a good replacement for Von Miller?
Salary cap doesn't exist. Not in LA, though.
No, it don't. It don't.
Salary cap
Stan
doesn't
Kroenke
exist.
is paying these players directly. I'm very
Yes.
convinced.
Like he's giving them
Or
cash in hand.
yeah, or I'm convinced that he's finding ways to like give them like the Odell deal. Like I think they're doing more deals like that, crypto deals or stuff like that. I don't know. I
Listen,
might be crazy.
if you getting any part of your contract in crypto, you a sucker. You a bigger sucker than the Saints GM.
yo, you are spicy today. You are spicy today. Now, I'm not even going to ask you your opinions on Forex. You might get into about it.
Yo, all right. I'm back. WrestleMania is over. What are your thoughts on the winners?
I want to take this time to congratulate Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks, Naomi.
Yes.
Beautiful and incredible
All right.
performance. Shout out to y'all. Roman Reigns, you got a lock on the WWE, dog.
Yes.
Shout out to you. You're really good. Shout out to you. Pat McAfee, you're talented, dog.
Dog.
You're talented.
He
Stone
was a
Cold.
punter.
No. Kevin Owens and Austin Theory. Y'all can sell anything. Y'all could sell ice cubes in the desert. I'm telling you, y'all are incredible, incredible. And shout out to Stone Cold, of course, for the endless.
Always. WWE picked the right one.
Overall, WrestleMania was I like it. I want to shout out the winners.
I'm here. Minus the lust. Remove the lust. Congratulate Naomi, Sasha, and Bianca. And then Roman, I'm so glad WWE did not unify the titles to Brock Lesnar, because you know that I hate when these old people show up for WrestleMania season, get these belts, and then they're gone till SummerSlam. The titles deserve to be defended every month at every pay-per-view. That's what a champion is.
And I want to hear Roman on more promos. Dude geeks the fuck out of me, man. Acknowledge me. Yo, I be geeking the hell out.
I love it.
I love it. Such a turn, too, from the dude came in with the shield, and everyone thought he wasn't really good on the mic. I'm like, nah, this guy's pretty good.
He just needed to be a heel. That's all. He just needed to be a heel.
Yo, how do you feel about the Lions on Hard Knocks?
Like we said, yo, if they draft Malik Willis, sign me up. If they don't draft Malik Willis, if they sign some offensive lineman or some pass rusher, I ain't watching it. Draft Malik Willis. Make this interesting. Watch how the city of Detroit get behind Malik and throw Jared in the trash. Draft Malik.
Gosh.
Draft Malik.
Yo, Tiger Woods says he's playing at the Masters, I hear.
Hey, man,
do you think the Tiger Watch is good or bad for the sport, honestly?
One second. This comment is too wild not to highlight.
I was trying not to say anything.
Yo.
I was trying not to say anything.
Yo.
For the people who are listening to this audio adventure, my guy Anthony was like, "I'll make Rhea Ripley a single mother." LOL, she bad. Yo, honey, different than mine. Yo, honey, different than mine, dog. I can't catch up to your horny, dog. You a better type of horny than me.
Anthony said, I shoot the club up and they drag bodies out there.
Oh, man. Yo, he said, hey, whoa.
Yo.
Tiger Woods.
I mean, it's good for golf. Whatever. Tiger's biggest star ever. It's cool.
Tiger, if you playing, I'll be watching. I'll be watching.
All right.
Now I'll be watching because you playing, Tiger.
Oh, my God.
Yo, what's up with... No, go ahead.
Up here. We're just gonna leave it up here.
Oh, okay. what's up with the Lakers slander tour that's been going on from the Lakers legends? We want to start with Kareem or
let's start with Kareem. Let's do Kareem.
Yo, Kareem, you sounded like such. Well, first off, let's give some context. Kareem basically said LeBron James can be given a better image of himself sometimes, and the certain way he carries himself. He has later come back and apologized. So a lot of this is null and void, but it doesn't still overshadow the fact that Kareem, you sounded like a dead ass, get off my lawn ass old man. And come on, Kareem, you better than that. It sounded like you know he catching your record and you were a little salty and bitter that he's still that good at that age.
Yeah, it's like Kareem.
Now
What's that dude he punched in the face? Like Kareem was punching dudes in the face in the 70s. Like he was sticking and moving. Like, what you talking about, dog? He was punching cancer.
I remember that dog snuck him. Yo, Kareem. Matter of fact, that makes it even funnier because one of the things I definitely remember reading from Kareem as well was Will Smith should not have put his hands on Chris Rock. Yo, Kareem, you jocked the brother on the court. What is you fuck is you talking about?
Hey, yo, like you cold cocked the dude and snuffed him in front of everyone.
And national TV at your job. Kareem, look, you're a legend. You're the all-time leading scorer. Eventually, yes, LeBron is going to pass you, but you are still going to be one of, if not by some people, you're still going to be the greatest player of all time. So
that is me.
Kareem
is the GOAT.
You are an all-time legend. I ain't got nothing but love and respect for everything that you do for not only the community on the court, but off the court. But you was a hating ass dude here, dog. Come on, brother. Magic. First off, I'm going to say this. Stephen A. Smith, we cannot get our sources. We cannot get our information from Ballsack Sports, dog. We cannot get our information from Ballsack
people keep falling for that. I don't understand.
People, if you see anything, if you see any type of information in this world, and the quote is Ballsack Sports, please go to a mirror, point at the person you see, and call that person an idiot for believing whatever the fuck you just saw. It is Ballsack Sports, people. Look, I think just hear the name and tell me this is not a credible reporter. Let's start there. Secondly, Magic is unloading the clip because he's basically saying, yo, I told you I want me. It's over. Magic, you were still a bad GM, but he's still basically saying, I told you I want me.
Like, whenever it's a tale as old as time, right? The Lakers are bad. Magic goes on this media tour. He's starting all this shit. Frank Vogel getting fired. You can't trade Westbrook in that first round draft pick. Like this is the Magic special. So I'm not surprised. I will say though, FX has greenlit. I don't know if y'all know this. Has greenlit like a docu-series of Donald Sterling's ownership of the Clippers and how he lost it. And I'm really looking forward to. And this is extremely inappropriate. So do you remember the video? He was doing the interview with with Anderson Cooper, and he was like, "Oh, what has Magic Johnson done?" And then Anderson's like, "Dog, I can't wait to see that scene."
Remember that? I do remember that.
Anderson was like, "He's a businessman, a philanthropist," and then Sterling's like, "He's got AIDS." Like,
I remember. Yo, no. Yo, people, I need to know why some people interview certain characters knowing the responses they gonna get. That was one of the wildest interviews I've seen. And also, same thing with the damn R. Kelly interview. It's like, dog, you know this person is trying to defend their name vehemently right now. They're going to say whatever it is to clear their name right now. Man, talking about some, he got AIDS. R. Kelly was talking about some.
He said that with a straight face, like that was going to minimize everything.
Like, oh yeah, Magic Johnson got AIDS, and you're a racist, so this all should equal out.
Yeah, okay, we're good. Like, I just want to see that scene. Like, I'm really looking forward to the FX because apparently Lawrence Fishburne is going to play Doc Rivers. But I just want to see that scene. Like,
okay,
that's all I'm looking forward to. Is like that one scene.
They're not gonna replay that scene, man.
That is the scene. That is the OJ Glove scene, right? That's on the same.
I think I'm gonna have to look up that clip after I get off.
Dog, I saw.
I'll find that clip after we get off here. I'm gonna tweet it.
So funny. He's got AIDS.
He's got AIDS. Hey, fam. And I bet you Magic Johnson was sitting at home like, now see, what the hell did I do? What did I do to get brought into this? I was minding my own damn business. Minding my own damn business. Oh my gosh. Oh shit. People. So just remember, at the end of the day, people, if you ever think your owner is bad, remember the Clippers were once owned by Donald Sterling, and he called out Magic Johnson for having AIDS on live TV and thought it was like he thought and didn't think nothing of it.
It kept going
right now. No, what is up with the name Donald for one, and why is it so problematic? And what the hell is Donald Sterling doing right now? Can we? Is there any
Oh.
good Donalds out here?
The craziest thing about the whole Donald Sterling thing is he sold the Clippers for a profit. Like he sold them to Steve Ballmer for like what's the owner of the Panthers? He was walking around smacking booties, sexually harassing these women. He sells the Panthers for a profit. Like, yo, okay, whatever. So what? I said the N-word. I just tripled my profit selling the Clippers.
Yeah,
Be
I
good
think it's funny.
love.
Like, oh, we're gonna make you sell your team. Yeah, we're out of here. We're gonna make you sell your team. They're gonna be like, I mean, I guess, but fuck. I mean, I'm just gonna make money back.
I'm not going to put this comment on, but Anthony, you know how that happened.
Oh man.
Yo, D, we have an
Anthony, what I
announcement.
need you to do is watch the Winning Time series on HBO Max.
Yo, I'm on episode 2, and that joint is wild.
You watch that, and you Magic back in his heyday was. It's
Yo.
but.
Yo, Kyle and Anthony,
Yo, have
y'all
you ever seen
need to
Magic
take
Johnson's
this.
hoop tape?
Yo,
have you seen Magic Johnson's hoop tape? That's
yo, this joint has gone off the rails.
Oh,
We should have never talked about Donald Sterling.
NBA playoffs is on the way, people. NBA playoffs is on the way.
Oh, speaking of which, did you see Luka stick his foot in Giannis's ass on Sunday in front of God in America?
That was a really good game. Mavs are good, man.
We
Mavs
here.
are good.
Listen,
Mavs are good.
listen. Quinn Snyder is going to the Lakers because Luka gonna send his ass home in 5.
I think they will too.
Give me Utah. Give me Utah. I want to break that franchise.
You know what? What I want all basketball fans to pay attention to this offseason, or this postseason and offseason, is watch the correlation of how many games a team gets beat in to how long it takes them to fire their coach if they go that direction. I want everyone to pay attention because there is a correlation. If you lose in 4 or 5 games, instantly, like they won't be
first
there.
Round.
And like first round, 7 games, 6 games, you might get a week or 2 or a month or 2. Then they'll announce it. 4 or 5 games, you probably won't be out. It'll probably be a week or 2 because they're going to be embarrassed.
Yeah.
Second round, you're more likely to keep your job. Conference, you're keeping your job. Obviously, the finals too. But I want people to just watch that. No, but I do think, with that being said, I was about to beat the Jazz about 5 games. It's not going to be about it there.
Luka, break that franchise. It's time. Like it's time to start ripping people's hearts out. Break the Jazz in that franchise.
Oh man, it's been a great show. Yo, tell the people about what we doing for the draft.
Oh yeah, so for all you folks who don't know, Going for Two hosts like this draft mega show, and it's all 3 days of the draft. And D and I, we're going to host. Let me pull up the calendar before I misspeak. You and I are going to host that Friday night. Yeah, Friday, April 29th from 7 to 8:30. You and I are going to host draft coverage. So
it will be a special Speak on It draft episode. We probably won't do a Tuesday episode. We'll just do that one. It's going to be an hour and a half. We'll likely have a few guests, maybe a guest or 2. We'll be speaking on the NFL draft, the coverage, really anything, really. We'll be chatting. We'll be up. We'll be talking. So.
We're going to have a whole hour and a half. We're going to talk about the Packers. We're going to talk about the genius moves Howie's going to make to put us in a position to win a Super Bowl in 3 years. We need
to talk about the Super Bowl champs, what they're doing, the Bengals, how they're looking to retool, and
the Packers.
Really, the draft is all about these bad teams and how they're utilizing their draft coverage. So, shout out to everyone who's going to be pulling up and everyone who's going to be the rest of our Going for Two members who are going to also be doing their thing as well. Danny, with that being said, we got anything else, man?
No, before this gets any worse than what it already has, let's go ahead and say goodbye to the people. D, do you have anything for us?
People, sometimes you come into things with expectations and then and when reality hits you and you fall down, make sure you get back up. So Lakers, next season, I need y'all to get back up, dog.
They have LeBron. They don't have a choice. Speak on it _pod, Instagram, Twitter. Follow us. Follow me on the Bird app at MadAds14. D, where can the people find you?
Make sure y'all follow your boy at Los Demix. It's LOSDEEMIX on Instagram, on Twitter. We outside and we back and better than ever. And if you follow me on IG, yo, when I be out here thotting around shaking my ass in the club, don't be saying nothing, yo.
And Anthony, there's the answer to your question. We out.